Welcome and welcome and hello to another episode of Baking in Camouflage, because it's so much manlier. Right. I know it's been quite a while, as a matter of fact I think several years actually, since I last did an episode of this, but I'm by no means done. I apologize and thank you so much for your support always. Please keep watching, I'll keep turning out those episodes. But enough with the introduction already. This time we're actually not going to really bake anything. It's more like putting it into a pot and melting all nice and gooey together. I think we had something like that before. This time we're making Nutella Fudge. Oh yeah, it's seriously chocolatey and for serious chocoholics like myself and my mom and Masumi. And without further ado, let's go ahead. In the usual lo-fi quality. I need to get a new camera soon. Start off with 400 grams of sweetened condensed milk. Add 30 grams of unsalted butter. A little more is okay. About 270 grams of semisweet chocolate chips or some other sort of chocolate. I'm using this one with like a really high cocoa content to make it more on the dark side, but you can experiment with this. You can use milk chocolate or whatever. And 300 grams of Nutella, yours truly. As you can see, I have a little more than 300 grams of Nutella, but that's okay, don't worry, we're going mostly by consistency shortly. I'll show you. Oh, and this is optional, but you can add some vanilla to it. I'm using my homemade vanilla extract. And this is also optional, you can flavor it with any kind of liquor you like. I'm using rum. And now gently stir everything until it's all melted down and one nice homogeneous mass. And don't worry, since it's in a water bath, it can't really burn or anything. Very easy to do. And this is about the texture, the consistency we want to achieve. Fairly thick, but not too thick, like a really heavy, thick pudding maybe. If it turns out to be too thin, just add some more pieces of chocolate. If it's too thick for you, then you can add milk. Just your average regular milk, until it looks something like this. Just pour it into a baking tray, baking form. I find a brownie form to be fairly convenient. And even it out nicely. Yeah, indeed, I think a brownie form has the right size, so the fudge doesn't turn out too thick or too thin. And you see, it's nice like this, it kind of sticks together. I'm using baking paper because I'm too lazy to clean the brownie form. And now it's off into the fridge with that for at least 2 or 3 hours before taking the next step. You can see it's kind of fat, but it doesn't stick to your fingers. That's about right. Yep, melt it down so there are no lumps anymore. Give it a good stir. Bring the temperature down a bit. Be careful not to make it too hot in the first place. Well, and then just pour it over that goodness and distribute evenly. And yep, that does make a nice glaze. Off into the fridge again for about 1 hour or 2 hours or until it has set. And then it's basically ready to eat. And once it's all set, it's pure awesomeness. You can cut it with ease. Okay, this is coming straight out of the fridge, so it's not that easy, but you can keep them at room temperature for a couple hours. It won't melt. Nice and chewy. Awesome. Wow. Thanks so much for watching, and
Have fun.